Hello everyone, how is everyone doing? It's Random Bids, and today we are gonna be watching 10 most insane banned water slides you cannot ride anymore. Which was like water slides, like roller coasters, but you slide on them on the
Water slide. They're way
Exactly.
slower and more enclosed than roller coasters. Well, usually. Things could happen, like getting stuck,
Oh, I
in the
hate that.
dark, and
I
even
just
being
hate
slammed
that.
into someone 3 times your size. I've experienced that before.
Whoa.
Oh, and how could I forget falling off the edge? But hey, there's
People
still a
are
great
not even
time. Just
trying
ignore
to
the broken
go,
bones, the
like-
possible monsters living in the tubes, and
not
also
even
the fat
trying to
guy
go.
you collided with. That's why today we're going to tell you 10 water slides that you don't have to worry about riding anymore. Here's
Why would
10
you
banned
want to
water
ride it?
slides you can't
Comment
ride.
down below.
I can
Why
ride it
would you
though, I'm
want to
awesome
ride
like
it
that.
if it
Let's
was
begin,
open
shall we?
right now?
Number 10,
None of you
Steamer
would.
Slide.
Alright, well,
Barring how dirty this name can be construed, Calypso Water Park in Ottawa, Canada was
Yeah,
slammed with
there's
20
two
charges
seats
in
in one. That's
2015 due to
really bad.
safety issues.
because
9 were
if
withdrawn
the
during the
person-
trial, leaving 11
the
charges
girl over
remaining.
there,
The
person
Calypso
that's
Water
recording,
Park was
the
found
guy,
guilty of
if
6
he
of these
flips over
charges.
to knock off the
These
maybe
charges
break
mainly
the girl's
concerned a
neck,
particularly
I can
dangerous
just
slide
lift
called the
everything.
Steamer
I'm not gonna
Slide.
show it, but
Now here's
that's
how
too
this
brutal,
slide
but it's
goes.
gonna
Riders
probably
on the
happen
steamer
one
plummet
time.
down the sled on tubes, and those tubes slipped fairly frequently,
Yeah.
leaving several people injured.
Yeah.
One person broke her vertebra in 2 places on the ride. Another broke their collarbone.
Whoa.
When these injuries happened, the water park failed to report the incidents or shut down the slide.
Dangerous.
Oh boy, what's this? You got a broken collarbone? I can't feel my face! Walk it off, kid. He's a lollipop. And what about you? I broke both of my legs! Walk it off. Number 9, Aquasphere. Now this one sounds less dirty and more like a Pokemon move. The Aquasphere is part of the Peninsula Aquatic Recreation Center.
Yeah.
This slide, which features long, winding paths, has been plagued with all kinds of problems since its conception.
You have to be 6
These problems
feet
usually
or
result in
higher
people
to
suffering
ride.
some pretty
That's what I
intense
would say if
injuries.
I owned that.
One boy was seen thrown out the side of the bottom, completely limp after falling off the raft and being bounced around
Wow.
inside the slide. The impacts left him
That's pretty fun,
unconscious.
getting bounced inside.
After
You're
this
not
incident,
gonna
the slide was
get-
closed for
you're not gonna
investigations
get
into what
that
caused the
much
problem.
hurt, but
However, this is
it's
hardly
water.
the first time the slide has been shut down after an injury. In its
It's not
past, the
all,
slide
like,
has severely injured 2
hard
young
and,
boys
like,
in one
sticky,
incident,
'cause
and had its
it's, like,
pipe burst in
gonna
another,
hurt.
as well as injured 2 adults who hit their heads on the
slippery.
ceiling of the slide. Even when the ride was first tested by the
Feel.
staff and their families for a private event
Hiking.
after first being built, it still managed to injure several people.
Yeah.
Number 8, Shoot the Rapids. Shoot the Rapids is a water slide in Cedar Point.
How is that a water slide?
Riders
It's
get to
real.
go down a massive
And that's
slide
more
while
like
on
a
a
roller
raft,
coaster,
with up to
and
10
that
people
could
fitting on
pop
one raft.
if it hits the
The ride
bottom,
was the
so
site of one of the
very
worst
dangerous.
injuries and
I
incidents
checked-
in
I
water
wouldn't
slide
like that. I
history.
wouldn't ride that.
One of the rafts was being pulled to the top of the hill when the
Comment
ride
down below if you
malfunctioned.
ride- if you like
The raft
any
was
of
sent
these
hurtling
things,
back down the hill before
and
flipping
they're
upside
still
down.
open. and
That
you
meant
ride
that
them.
10
Comment
people,
down below if you
count
would.
them, 10 were stuck in their seats, trapped in the water with no way out.
That's not that bad.
One woman had suffered severe head injuries. There were children on the raft who were scared out of their minds. People rushed into the water and attempted to manually flip the raft back over by hand. If it weren't for these brave people who answered the call, the people on the raft probably would have drowned.
Yeah,
Number
raft is-
7,
a
Black
raft is not
Hole.
really that heavy.
One of the most infamous
carry.
water slides in the world is the Black Hole slide at the Wet n
The
Wild
Black
Water
Hole,
Park in
wow.
Orlando. Don't know why I went southern there, but hey, whatevs. It has been the target of several
Okay,
lawsuits,
why
all
do you
filed
think
by
that-
people
why do
who
you
have been
guys
seriously
think
injured while
if
riding
the,
this death
like,
trap. In
you know,
2000, a
banned
man was awarded
for-
$1.73
before they
million
went back,
after
they went
filing a
banned, but
lawsuit
if you
pertaining to
heard
severe injuries he
dangerous
suffered in
things
the black
happen
hole.
and still riding
He
it.
was struck by an unknown object while traveling down the slide.
Dumb.
When he was ejected out from the bottom of the slide, he couldn't move
That'd
his
be
legs.
fucking real.
He later needed metal plates implanted into his
That's
neck.
dangerous.
There have been
You can't
countless
see
other
anything.
lawsuits against Wet n Wild after injuries sustained in the black hole. One girl suffered
You really can't
injuries
see
after
anything.
falling off her tube, hitting the bottom.
That's
Another
okay.
person came to a complete stop and was hit hard by the next person coming down the slide.
Yeah.
Another girl's tube flipped, injuring her. Kind of seeing a recurring pattern here. The main problem is that the ride takes 23 seconds for a person to complete, but the staff send a tube down every 20 seconds, meaning they don't wait until the first person has left the slide before pushing
Right.
another person down. Number 6, Insano
23
Water Slide.
23 seconds.
For our next water
3
slide, we go to
seconds left.
Brazil's
That's a long
Beach
way,
Park.
so it should take
It's home to one of the
time.
tallest water slides in the
3
world.
seconds to
We are, of
that,
course,
seconds.
talking about the Insano Water Slide. This thing is a whopping 41 meters in height. That's the same as a 14-story building, so it was bound to have
Right.
terrible injuries associated
Really
with
big.
it. Riders
Look at the
experience
corner
speeds of
right
over
there. The
65
corner
miles
of the
per
picture,
hour on
you
the
can see
riveting
that's
way down at
bigger
the
than, like,
bottom.
one-
They say it is
some
so
of the
steep that your
houses.
body barely touches the actual
Jeez.
slide. You're in midair for most of the ride. Because of this, it's incredibly
I would
important to cross your
not
ankles and cross your
ride
arms around
that.
your chest if you want to ride
I
this
would
thing.
not ride
For all
that.
the hype, the slide is over in
That's
about 4 or 5
scary.
seconds. Staff often laugh at people who come out of the bottom of this ride. These tourists are often
Yeah, we
reduced to tears by the time they get
fired
spat
them.
out of the bottom of this
I
behemoth.
wouldn't do
I mean,
that.
can you blame them? That's a
scary.
14-story building.
If that was virtual reality,
Terrifying. I mean, what if there's an
like I've
alligator
done
down
in
there? You
my
didn't know about it?
previous videos, play virtual
Actually,
reality.
you came in considering it's
then
Brazil, but
that'd be
still,
much better.
it's terrifying.
Dump water on you.
Number 5, Sahara Sidewinders. The Sahara Sidewinders ride at the Kalahari Resort in Wisconsin Dells has a track record of being very dangerous indeed. It's marketed as the only indoor slide with loops, the first of its kind in America. Oh God.
Scary.
Your water architects were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
That's
I mean, my
cool.
God, look at
That's
that.
Cool. Look at the
Indoor
pattern
loops
when
are
it goes
just
down.
begging for lawsuits.
Can't lie, that's pretty cool.
And
That's
with this
pretty
new
awesome.
technology
I
comes
like
new
that
safety concerns. Oh boy, concerns that
You
were
can't
ignored by
really
the
put
resort
yourself
in
in that one that's too
question.
small
Oh
to go.
no.
Like that.
In 2011, the resort was hit with a lawsuit after a teenage boy was injured while riding the Kalahari Resort. The reason the
small to
lawsuit
hit
was
something.
successful was because it was proved that the Kalahari knew the ride was unsafe but did nothing to fix it. They know this because several
Like, sorry.
complaints were ignored.
Add
Wisconsin Dells has a huge track record of injuries at its various resorts, but this one was the
Focus on
worst.
them.
The nature of the slide makes smacking
Pretty
against
cool.
the surface
Red,
incredibly common.
A small bit of red, a lot of
Excuse me,
purple, a small bit of
sir.
red.
They're suing us again. I told you not to talk to me when I'm rich. The poor people can stand injuries. Excuse me while I go take a money bath.
The crabs.
Yeah, that's about how I imagine it goes over there in that kind of business.
Sims.
Number 4, Cannonball Falls. For the next of our dangerous water slides, we return once again to the infamous Action Park. Having a water park with the most injuries
Yeah.
in the state is one thing, but what about the single water slide that has the most injuries in the
that's
entire
true.
state? That honor
first
goes to
when I watched this
Cannonball
video before I
Falls,
even-
the most
I even
dangerous
did a
ride in the
YouTube
most
video.
dangerous park in the most dangerous
Before I
state.
even started recording, the
Jersey,
first time I watched
let's
this,
get
I thought it was a shark
dangerous.
gonna be in there.
Because of the
Yeah,
sheer amount of
scary.
people who were getting injured on this
Yeah,
thing, the
that's
park had to
weird.
shut down in September 2015.
Hold on, minor injury. Yeah. Sorry.
Slide ends with a 10-foot sheer
Yeah.
drop into a
Yeah,
pool.
pause that
6
for a
people were
quick.
severely injured in only one season. 5 of these people all suffered the same injury,
One
an injury to the
season.
shoulder. The company that operates the park was extremely reluctant to pay for medical
Yeah,
treatment
that's
for
a
any
lot.
of Cannonball Falls' victims. Excuse me, sir, they want compensation for their injuries.
No,
How
not funny.
dare they? I give them entertainment and they give me money. How dare they want it back? Money. Number
Mr.
3.
Krabs, I can tell. Mr. Krabs.
Recent and
Sorry,
horrific
pause it, like,
tragedies who have occurred on a
pause
water
it,
slide
pause it,
involved a
yeah.
water slide called Verrucht.
The
This water
Verrucht?
slide is located in the Kansas City
Turn
Water Park and is the
subtitles
tallest, largest
so
water
you
slide
guys
in the
can
world.
Understand what
It's
I'm saying.
17 stories high. Remember that argument I made about the other one that's terrifying? That's
Yeah,
over 51
that's
meters.
terrifying.
Caleb Schwab, a 10-year-old
Whoa.
boy, was thrown from the raft and decapitated in August 2016.
Decapitated,
The boy was very
wow.
skinny, and many people are saying he shouldn't have been allowed on the slide, which also has a height limit.
Wow.
Verrucht is
Yeah, sorry. Anyway, it was a long pause. Not for you guys, but for me. Because pause goes by real quick. So, let's finish the video.
Since the incident, the slide has been rightfully shut down. And you know what? Let's go with another German word.
Yeah.
The German word of today is unverantwortlich, which translates
Yeah.
to irresponsible. Number 2, Geronimo Falls. Geronimo Falls is a slide in the infamous Action Park, a water park in New Jersey where several people were injured, died, or sued the park because of its lack of safety precautions. Kind of
Yeah.
a common theme
That-
around these water parks.
I'm not
Sounds like
really
fun, am I right?
This video,
Well,
I'm not really
maybe not.
surprised of the
Geronimo
water
Falls
slide.
no longer
I'm not
exists, but when
concerned
it did,
about
it was
the water
considered
slide.
one of the most
But look how tall this
extreme
guy
slides
is.
of all
When he looks at
time.
his,
This was due to its incredibly stupid amount of
See how tall
steepness.
he is?
The incline was
Look at his
insane.
arms
Today's
and
slides don't
legs.
even try to match this level of steepness.
Look,
There's a few reasons for that,
that's
actually, but the
a
most important reason they
long-
don't make slides this
Like
steep anymore is
Slender
because
Man or
when you
something
build a
like that.
slide like Geronimo Falls, people sliding down it
jeez.
actually start flying into the air
right when
instead of sticking to the
no,
slide.
they went at the same time.
They continued this
Yeah.
problem by installing a metal
Anyway,
grate over the slide's
anyway,
opening.
you know
That
how they
meant
went
tons
at
of
the same
people
time?
slammed into the
He
metal
probably
grate
gets
and they were
there
bounced
5
back down
seconds
into the
before his
slide, causing severe
girlfriend
injuries.
does.
People going
Had
down
big
this slide
heels.
experience speeds upwards of 60 miles per hour.
16
Number
or
1,
60D?
Cannonball Loop.
Hold on.
Down into the slide, causing severe injuries. People going down this slide experience speeds upwards of 60 miles per hour.
6D.
Number 1,
6D.
Cannonball Loop. It was
Cannonball Loop. That's
rumored
like
that
the
this
same
attraction
thing
was
like
never
that.
actually open to
Number
customers. But in
5 or
1985,
something
the
like that.
Cannonball Loop was
Yeah,
indeed
something
open
like
for
that.
business.
Much
During testing of
worse.
the Cannonball Loop, dummies were thrown in and
Your
decapitated.
car, my
The attraction
window's
was
open.
adjusted until the dummies came through with heads intact, and then park employees were offered $100 to test it out themselves. Boy, that's great management.
Yeah.
Thankfully, no one died on this monstrosity, but some people
Yeah,
did
no
become
one died.
stuck. And before it was closed for good, a
one
trapdoor
died.
was installed into the loop to
He
retrieve
wants to
pit
sit
riders. And that's our video for today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my video and his, my video and his. Subscribe to random_vids805, all capitals. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.